Hello, everybody. I just wanted to share a little something with you. It's interesting, it's worth trying in your classroom. Let's first recollect that English is a stress timed language, right? Stress is key to meaning. What we listen for helps us know what's important and what to focus on. So, in sentences, content words are usually stressed. Nouns, main verbs, adjectives, demonstratives, adverbs, etc. Function words, on the other hand, are usually unstressed and reduced. For example, a, and, the pronouns, auxiliary verbs, most prepositions, and so on. Now, in these unstressed words and in unstressed syllables, the vowel sounds are reduced and often moved to schwa. For example, do you like it is what most of our children pronounce or say. So ideally, it's do you like it? Do you like it? So do and you are reduced, right? Usually, in the last content word in each thought group, those sense, the chunks that make sense. So the last content word in each thought group receives the most stress. For example, the sentences, I put the packages in the bag on the table. So I put the packages, one thought group, in the bag is another thought group, on the table is another thought group. Now, the last content word in each thought group would receive the stress. So, we would expect the learner to say, I put the packages in the bag on the table. So, I put the, all this is not stressed, right? So, we need to be very careful because stress timed language is what we are studying in our curriculum, English. Now, as teachers, you might say, right, we know all of this, but what is the way we can sort of get our learners to practice? So, one fun way of doing it is jazz chants. JAZZ, jazz chants. These are a fun, practical way to help students begin to notice and produce natural rhythm. They often, they needn't make sense. These are these limerick kind of poems, etc. They needn't make sense, but they are timed, okay? So they help students speak with a natural rhythm and intonation pattern. They reinforce grammar patterns. They help the students practice vocabulary. So we are going to showcase one by Carolyn Graham. We've adapted it little to the Indian context. So the best way to go about is to divide the class into parts. So we have, in this case, team black and team blue, and whatever is in red and bold has got to be stressed, right? So let's begin. Do you know Jyoti? Jyoti who? Jyoti Manjrekar. Of course I do. Do you know her little sister? Yes, of course I do. I know her sister and her mother and her father too. Do you know her older brother? Yes, of course I do. I know her older brother Aman and her younger brother too. Do you know her aunt Gauri? Yes, of course I do. I know her aunts and her uncles and all her cousins too. Do you know her husband Bobby? Yes, of course I do. I know her husband and his brother and his father too. So, if you practice things like this, and I'm sure if you Google, you'll find a lot many jazz chants. Please pick some that you feel would suit the students or in the classes that you're teaching, the age group, etc. And this is done out aloud. You could begin with making them do it in pairs, then move to making them do it in groups, and then finally divide the whole class into two large groups and make them just go for it. You can speak along, you can make them clap whenever there's a stress to get the rhythm or the stress. It's all good fun. Hope you liked it. Hope you practice it. Mwah. Stay empowered.